Today we're going to make a craft which I call kittens or kitties for cats on a fence. You will need construction paper. I'm using some odds and ends and bits of colored construction paper. And you need to decide what, you need a glue stick, you need pencils, and you need markers and a scissors. And you need to decide what time of day your kitties are sitting on your fence. So first we're going to start with the background. I'm using a darker blue sheet of construction paper, and all I did, because my kitties are going to sit on the fence at night, and all I did was take a piece of brown construction paper, like the color of wood, and I measured it to my sheet of blue construction paper. And all I did was take scissors, because sometimes fences are not completely straight across. Sometimes there's space in between the slats of wood. So I just took my scissors and made little cuts. In the top of the wood, or the top of the brown paper, so that it doesn't look completely straight across. And that will give it a more realistic effect. So the first thing I'm going to do, once I've cut my brown paper, is use my glue stick to glue my fence to my background. And so I line my brown paper up with the bottom of my blue paper. And there we go. So this is my sky at night, although this could be sky during the daytime as well, but I want to do sky at night. And this is my fence. So I'm going to put this piece of paper aside because we need to do our cats. And I'm going to put my lid on my glue. So for my cats, I'm going to use my scraps of paper because my cats are not going to be very big. I want them to be different sizes, but again, they're not going to be very big. So let me show you how I draw my cats. And I'm going to use two different ways to suggest different kinds of cats. So you want to take your pencil, and we're going to draw our cats from behind so we don't have to deal with faces. And so the first thing you want to do are the ears. So I'm going to make two triangles, or almost triangles, just without the bottom. Okay? And then I'm going to draw a bit of a curved line, because that's the top of the cat's head, connecting those two triangles. And then I'm just going to draw a little curved line one side of the head and another curved line on this side, but I'm not going to join them. Okay? I'm going to then draw another bigger loop, and this will be the kitty body. And then I want to make sure the sides are equal. And if you mess up, that's okay, because you're going to color them in with markers. And then I'm going to make a similar curve on this side. And then here, I'm going to make the tail. Okay, so that's an example of one kind of cat you can draw. And I'm going to put that one to the side. Another shape that you can use, very similar. You want to make your ears. And you're going to come around and with the head shape. And then you're going to come back out and make, instead of one hoop for the body or one curve for the body, you're going to make two curves for the body. And do the same on the other side, almost like a guitar shape. And that's another cat. So one is bigger than the other, and that's totally great. I want to draw a couple of smaller cats. So I'm going to do one that's more like this. You get the ears. I come back out around like a little fat face. And then a curve for the body. This one I have to do again because I started too low on the page and I don't have room for the tail. So I'm just going to move it over and come up a little higher. Start my cat again. Again, just ears, curved line. One curve for the face, another curve for the body. And then the tail. I also want a black cat. So I'm going to use my scissors because I don't need all of this. And I'm going to make another cat that's in this shape. So I take my pencil on my black construction paper and I start with the ears, and you'll be able to see the pencil on the construction paper, black construction paper. It shines a little. So, when I have my cats all drawn, then I cut them out. And so I'm just going to first cut around them so I'm not dealing with such big pieces of paper. And before I cut them out completely, I'm going to color my cats. So first I want to give my cats designs. So you can use any design you like. I'm going to use, for this one, since it's already orange, I'm going to use, make it a tabby cat and use different colors of orange to outline the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of draw a faint line down the center of the cat that I can use, and then I'm just going to make V shapes. And then I'm just going to continue my V shapes in my oranges. And I'm going to come in with my darker. And I'm going to see if yellow shows up. And there's my first cat. And I will cut it out following the lines of the pencil. Make sure to be careful around the ears so that you don't cut them off, but if you do, that's okay because we're going to glue them onto our background, so you can just glue it on where it needs to go. So there's our first cat. Our second cat, I'm gonna make, because it doesn't have to make sense, I'm gonna make a spotted cat. So I'm gonna use 3 different colors, blue, yellow, and blue, pink, and brown. And I'm just gonna make some spots. Just a random pattern. And I'm going to make the ears. And a little cap of color there. And I'm going to do the same with the pink. And some brown ones. And give some more blue ones. And that is my second cat. I'm going to cut this one out. Again, try to be careful around the ears, but if you cut them off, you could just glue them on at the end. Oops. There you go. And there is the second cat. And then we have the black cat, which is not going to have any color because it would be hard for other colors to show up on black. So we're just going to cut it out. All right. There we have our third cat. And then we have our white cat that I'm going to make swirls of blue. So I'm going to use big markers, little markers, maybe blue and purpley colors. So I'm just really going to take my thin blue, and you can make your cats however you want to make your cats, but and so I'm going to use different colors to fill in the swirls. So I'm going to make this one dark blue. I'm going to make this one turquoise. I'm going to make this one purple. And continue on with my assorted colors until I've completed the cat. And I'm going to use a turquoise colored pencil. Blue colored pencil. And all right. And now it's time to cut out our last cat. Okay, and now we have our final cat. So I'm going to clean up my workspace so I can get my background back. Pick up my cats. Okay, now I bring back my background and I decide where I'm going to put my cats. So in order to really look like they're on top of the fence, you should put it so that their bottoms hit the fence right at the top. And you can kind of decide what order you want them to be in before you start. So I think I'm gonna, this one seems a little wonky, so I'm gonna cut the bottom a little bit. Okay, it's a little better. And all right, I think that is the way that I want my cats to look, but let me just try this one in the middle. And maybe this one over here. I think I'm gonna go with this one. And these two cats together. Okay, so now that I have my placement of where I want my cats to be, I take my glue stick and I apply it to all parts of my cat, including the tail, and then making sure that the bottom of the cat is lined up with the fence. I glue and tap it down. Okay? And you just repeat that process until you've glued down all the cats. Oh, maybe this looks, I think I'll go with that one. So again, you want to put glue on the back of your cat, including the tail, and then you want to line it up with the bottom of the cat on the bottom of the fence, or on the top of the fence, and then tap it. I'm now gonna use my black cat, and I'm gonna make one little correction to the tail. And then use my glue and glue the back of my kitty, including the tail. And then place the cat so that the bottom of the cat is at the top of the fence. And then my last kitty. Now again, I said that this was a nighttime scene, and you can't really tell that from the picture right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some elements to let you know that it's the nighttime sky. So when it's nighttime, what's usually shining in the sky? It's not the sun, but the moon. I'm going to put some glue on these ears. Okay. So I'm going to take my silver marker and I'm going to make a moon. Now, I'm not going to make a full moon. I'm just going to make like a quarter of the moon in the sky. It could be in the center, but I prefer it to be off to the side. Okay, and then what are also in the sky? Stars. Some are bigger. There might be shooting stars in the sky. And I can add a little bit more detail to my fence using my pencil and my ruler. Just define where the slats are. And then sometimes with wood you have those knot holes. Now I'm going to go over this in marker so you can actually see it. So I'm going to take a thin brown marker and just go back over what I drew. My knot hole. My lines for my slats. And I'm not going to go all the way down the paper. I'm just going to go down a bit this knot hole. Okay, and now my picture is complete. We have a picture of our kitty sitting on a fence at night. How did yours come out?